I'm Megan Holiday from KROQ here with Brad Shultz of KG Elephant. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, man. How have you been holding up through this whole thing? I feel like it's getting kind of old here.
Yeah, it is. But that always renews my fear just a little bit, because then when people get comfortable in a situation, then like I feel like that's when the next wave of like crap's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna be.
Oh, for sure. I know. Well, people have been really kind of irresponsible, I think, especially here in Southern California. They had to shut down the beaches and stuff again because people were just going and hanging out like it was nothing. So it's just so crazy. I know.
I'm not like a total germaphobe, but I'm like teetering on the like anyway. So for me, I'm like having like panic attacks daily. Like I'm the kind of guy that, like when we get off tour, I throw my shoes away because I'm like, all right, your shoes have gotten enough nasty like germs from city to city.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's going to make all of us just think about everything, you know, because now when I'm at the gas station and stuff, I'm super mindful about the pump and like wearing gloves and all this stuff. And so, you know, it's just, I don't think it's good. I think it's going to make all of us kind of be a little bit that way.
Well, then I'm going to be 50% more than whatever.
Well, Brad, I wanted to be one of the first people to wish you a happy birthday. And I got you a little something here.
Oh, look at that.
This is definitely not a leftover balloon from Cinco de Mayo. I got this specifically for you, Brad.
I actually once tried to grow a mustache, and we went with another couple to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for to do like the Polar Express, I guess, like take our daughters on the Polar Express.
Oh, okay.
And so we thought it'd be hilarious to walk around Gatlinburg because it's like an old timey town with like if we could grow the big mustaches and just like walk around town. And so I got into like growing my mustache, and I really soon thereafter realized that I am not a very good mustache grower. It's like it was coming in like a 13-year-old, like to a 7th grader.
It turned into a creepy mustache is what happened.
Well, no, it just was like, it was just not, I mean, it wasn't having it. It was patchy. And like half of it was brown and half of it they were either blonde or gray. And I was like, what the heck? So in a last ditch attempt to save my mustache from for Gatlinburg, because I didn't want to show up and be the only, you know, guy there without the mustache, because it was like 5 other people. And so I went and bought some Just for Men.
And you dyed it?
I filled it in a little bit.
Oh my God. Well, I want you to know that I use Just for Men on my eyebrows sometimes. So
well, then it's not just for men.
It's not just for men. It's a lie. It's all a lie.
That is a lie.
So Brad, I know that this interview is going to air afterwards, but I really wanted to talk about this virtual happy hour that you're doing for your birthday.
Yeah.
And just a little bit about how that came up and what charity the money's going to be going towards and all that.
Yeah, it's going to be going towards people affected by COVID. And it was brought to us by good friends of ours that are with the Plus One organization. And it was just any way we can give back and help in a time of need. And you know, really it's just getting on a call and drinking with people. So,
so 5 KG Elephant fans are going to join you in like a Zoom meeting, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's a really cool thing.
We, when it was mentioned to us, I was like, well, you know, it's my birthday. I don't have anything. It's not like I'm going to have a birthday party. Yeah. This will be my rager.
Absolutely. It's going to make a lot of people happy and just all going to a good cause, you know? I think this was a really cool idea.
What if I got on there and I was already like,
already hammered? I think that might be the move, dude.
Everybody's like, oh. What?
You should be wearing a robe for sure.
Yeah.
And a glue-on mustache, possibly.
Yeah. I don't know. In 2 days, I don't think this bad boy's coming in very good.
I also want to congratulate you guys on the Black Madonna music video that you just put out.
Yeah, all the credit goes to Matt and all the different artists that worked on the video. I was in quarantine, so I didn't do anything.
Yeah, totally. But it's really cool. It's really creative. I love it.
Yeah, I actually, because Matt had been working on it in Nashville by himself, but also just a lot of different artists, visual artists were working on it in their own quarantine as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a testament to how people can creatively come together when there seems to be so much separation, and create something, something that's pretty cool out of it.
Yeah, I think it's been pretty amazing how everybody's kind of adapted to just making stuff happen. It's kind of like problem solution, and, just the fact that we're able to do this interview, via Zoom and all that, it's been pretty amazing.
I remember when I was a kid, the movie Dick Tracy came out, and they were like, had the talking watches. Wouldn't that be amazing if one day they'll have that?
And now we do.
Yeah.
So you guys, would you say that you were all kind of a musical family growing up? Because obviously you and Matt being in Cage the Elephant together, and then your younger brother Dan has his band, Dan, Luke, and the Raid. Yeah. And you produced his album as well. So did you guys kind of have that musical upbringing?
Yeah, but both of our mother and father were musically inclined, or well, I don't know if inclined, but just they played music. My dad recorded all the time. My mom played music, but she was also a painter. And my dad's grandfather, my grandfather, or my great grandfather. Here we go. All right, quarantine hasn't even started. I can't tell my days of the week, nor can I tell my family members apart. So my great grandfather actually got my dad into music. He used to play organ for like silent movies.
Oh wow!
And so after that was like in his younger days, and then after my dad was born and stuff like that, my dad would just come over to his house and he would sit at the organ with my great grandfather, and so that's my dad kind of formed the love for music, and my uncle actually too. He has the hugest record collection you could even imagine, like thousands and thousands of records.
Oh my God,
and like
that's
crazy,
like heaven.
Oh yeah, I mean he has like first cuts of like Pet Sounds and like Meet the Beatles and all this stuff.
Oh my God,
serious collection.
I'm such a Beatles fanatic.
Oh, there we go.
Yay. That's so cool though. I just love that you guys are all so musical and collaborative. And, so I do know that you produced your brother's album. Is that kind of a passion for you? I know you did like Juliette Lewis's album too, which is so dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I really enjoy being in the studio, and I've always, like, even when we're doing our records, me and Matt and Nick and Madden and Titch and Jared, like we're staying in the studio like 15 hours a day, and not just because it's like a high pressure situation. Like we love to be there. And I don't know, when I get out of the studio, I miss it. When we're off the road, I'd rather be in the studio doing something than like just sitting around. And so yeah, and it also it makes me get outside of my own box working with other bands, and helps me to kind of grow creatively as well.
Yeah, seriously. So was that something that you just kind of picked up along the way, just learning how to do all that stuff?
Actually, the first thing that I produced was actually I co-produced it with this guy, with the guy who engineered our record, Social Cues, Jeremy Ferguson, and it was called Plastic Visions, and it was my cousin's band, and he's now our photographer, Citizens Kane.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was his band, and it was just like, it was like, I don't know, like the only way I can describe it is like psychedelic punk, like psychedelic hardcore. It's like, it was like so much reverb and echo and delay and all this, but it was just him like.
And you were just like turning all the knobs, throw all the effects in there.
But yeah, I grew a love for that kind of stuff. Just doing, recording with our records and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Jay Joyce, our producer of our first 3 records, like I just used to love to see how he could take something that was seemingly like to us was a part that we had played so many times within a song, and he could just make it, almost new to us. That part with just different things that he would kind of throw.
I think that's the magic of a great producer, So I loved the fact that you guys, Cage, Beck, and Spoon all did a tour together. I went and saw you guys at the 5 Point Amphitheater. And all 3 of those bands are I love. So do you have any great memories? I mean, I know you got hurt on that tour and you actually had to leave a little bit early, but
I herniated my disc in my neck, but a great story came out of it. Beck actually was so sweet and so nice that he came in and he had like this kind of like electrical pulse. It was called Cold Wave. Cold Wave is a music. Cold something therapy, and it was like an electrical thing. And he came in and he did the therapy on my neck.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I don't know. That whole tour was such a blessing to have all the different bands that were on there. Might have lost you. There you are. Wait, I got you back.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. We're going to lose the microphone. Okay, wait. So you were ready?
Yeah. I mean, it was the whole tour in general was a giant blessing. Being it like not only, Beck, growing up, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious on our first record that Beck was a huge influence on us. Mm-hmm. And throughout our career, I mean, we've always respected and looked up to Beck, and he was, he's somebody that we really have always admired musically. Spoon, of course, they're a great band, and
I love them so much.
Oh my God, they have so many songs. Like, you always know, like, a really good band, to me at least, like, that have like spanned and grown throughout their career, and just like you'll hear different records of theirs, and there's some songs that I didn't even know that were Spoon songs, but I knew the song so well. Mm-hmm. And then like be like, oh wait, that's Spoon, and like they've been able to kind of like be themselves but still grow and shift and kind of travel throughout music without repeating themselves too much.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to put it. I think a lot of people, they know a lot of Spoon songs, but they're not aware that it's Spoon,
Back in the day, I wasn't that familiar, just like a long time ago when we first started. And the more that I heard Spoon, the more that I got into them, and they became one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that was just one of my favorite tours last year.
You had like then Starcrawler. I mean,
yeah,
they're amazing.
It was
and
perfect.
Flower Bean, we had them on and Wild Bell as well. So it was just like, it was cool. It felt like a mini festival to me. Yeah,
seriously. I know. I got there early. It was like one of those where I'm like, I'm getting there when this thing starts. I'm not missing any music tonight. So random question. This is radio's 100th anniversary. So what has been the impact of radio on your career, or what has radio kind of meant to you throughout your life?
Oh, I mean, honestly, radio was one of the driving forces within us, our music being able to get out to people. We lived in England for 2 years roughly before we put out the record in the US. And we basically had just been touring and trying to gain a following like that. And we had built it up to where we were playing, decent like theaters or whatever. And we came back to the US and like nothing was happening for us at that point. And Ain't No Rest for the Wicked hit the radio. And it just was like, it was some things that we had, always, when you dream of certain things like as a kid, but then you don't actually know what you're dreaming of. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still within that dream, you're like, oh, that will probably never happen. And it was pretty crazy. It was a crazy time.
You remember the first time you heard Ain't No Rest for the Wicked on the radio?
Well, yes, but it was in England.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's still fine. It's still good.
We were actually in a Burger King at a rest stop, no lie. And Ain't No Rest for the Wicked came on, and Matt was like, oh my God. He was like ordering. He was like, that's our song. And the guy was like, oh yeah, you want to double size that or not? He could not.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. Well, it's been so just incredible to watch you guys and just how you've developed and evolved, but still just managed to stay true to your sound and to your roots and stuff. And I just love you guys. I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen once we're able to get back out there again.
God, I'm ready to record some music. I think we are actually going to go in. We're going to see how things go, but hopefully maybe by the end of June we can all start. We've all been quarantining, and we have a studio where our engineer, he has like a daughter and he's been quarantining, so they've been very strict. And but I'm a germ freak, so so 1st of June, maybe mid-July. End of July and August.
Get you in a hazmat suit,
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So are you guys all local and you're just able to come together and hop in the recording studio? Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We all live in Nashville.
Hell yeah. Well, Brad, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. This is really awesome.
Thanks for taking the time.
And just, wishing you and your family all the best. Your daughter, Etta, she's adorable.
Oh my God.
I get a kick out of her.
Etta. She's probably watching her iPad.
Yeah, probably.
Etta. Come here.
Yes.
Come here.
Oh my God, I get to meet her. I'm going to meet her. I'm excited.
Yeah, she's happy. She got a new outfit today. She's been in a great mood.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Etta.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Show your new spin shirt.
You look so cute.
I'm on table.
I love your little outfit.
What do you say?
Has your dad been bothering you during the quarantine?
A little. Every time Daddy doesn't pay attention to me, I bite him. Or I might.
Anytime she wants 100% attention all the time.
Oh, of course, yeah,
and,
of course.
Anytime I'm on any of these, she's like, Dad. I was like actually surprised she wasn't going to do that.
So her solution is just bite you.
Yes.
I like it. I think it works.
Don't lick me.
Oh my God. Well, Etta, it was nice to meet you.
The rest of my lunch.
Sounds good to me. Brad, you're the best. Thank you so much, dude. This was rad.
Noodles. and cheese.
What are you having?
Ramen noodles.
Oh, ramen noodles.
This is what happens.
She's the real star of the show.
There we go.
Oh my God, Julian! This is the best moment of my life. I feel like I need to take a family portrait right now. Is what needs to happen.
Good.
Come on.
Everybody's getting in.
Trying to get my mom in there. She said, my mom, wait, my wife. See, I can't even get my.
You can't get your family members straight.
It's bad. I've grown into old man status where I call my wife mom. Like, Mom, you want to go?
Oh my God, Julian is so cute. Hi, buddy.
One bad thing about him is he pulls your hair out.
I don't think he means to do it though.
He pulled this much of a chunk out of my hair.
Oh no!
He's like, I'll do it again.
Oh my God.
Not what I want, Julian.
All right, I'll see.
Thank you, Brad. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Julian.
Bye, Etta.
I call him Julian. He drools a lot.
Bye, Drooly.
All right, see ya.
Bye, guys.